Good evening, and you are joining me for another Coming to Ride with your boy. Tonight we're going to talk about does long distance relationships work? Also my thoughts on online dating. This is an important video because a lot of people are dating people that are long distance.
Distant love. So many miles away. Heaven knows that I long for you.
So when it comes to long distance relationships, what I always tell people is you got to think about and you got to look at the big picture. Where are we going and what are we doing? Because you're investing a lot of time, a lot of energy into someone that you're not able to see every day, every week, even sometimes not even monthly. Now, I think that if you meet someone starting off long distance, that is an uphill battle. Like, it's one thing if you like dating someone and you guys are in a relationship or you married and they have to go away, you know, for the military or for school or a job, but the relationship was already established before the distance were created. It makes it a lot more easier for the relationship to actually work. Now, when you meet someone and it initially starts off long distance, it just makes it a little bit more complicated because what happens is, believe it or not, people in general, we can get along kind of better with distance. I know it sounds strange, but when you're talking to someone every single day on the phone or Skype or internet or whatever the case may be, you're not able to get on each other's nerves. Like the biggest challenge in relationships is really dealing with each other every single day, dealing with mood swings, dealing with attitudes, dealing with opinions, dealing with just people. And as you know, dealing with people isn't that easy. So imagine dealing with the same person every single day, single hour, every single month, every single week. Like, it's not easy sometimes. So for some people, dating long distance works out. And then you know what happens? Someone or both of them fall in love. And then they choose to move. And then once they move or someone moves and decide to be where the other person is, it doesn't end up working out. And it's mainly because of they had such a great relationship and great chemistry being separated from each other because they wasn't getting on each other's nerves. And then what happens is when you finally be around that person 24/7, now you have the opportunity to get on their nerves, and then they have to determine if they can deal with it. So when it comes to long distance relationships, do I think they work? Yes, but are they worth investing your time into? That's what you have to determine. If you guys are investing time into each other for a long distance relationship and no one plans to move, that means it's not going to go anywhere. My rule of thumb is dating with a purpose. It has to be going somewhere. And I know people feel like, well, I don't want to be married. I don't want to take that step and things of that such. That's fine and dandy. But where's the growth? I mean, what are we dating for? What are we in a relationship for? Why are we having sex, and why are we around each other's children? Why are we meeting family and taking trips if it's not going to be anything that holds any weight? I mean, when someone goes and, let's say, worst case scenario, they die, and you have to be on this obituary as their friend, or it's just weird, or something happens to them and they go to the hospital and they're like, you know, who are you? Oh, I'm his girlfriend, boyfriend, or whatever the case may be. It's just weird when you invest that much time into someone and you're not their husband or their wife, or you guys really can't build and grow something together. Even though you can still build and grow something with someone that's not your husband or wife, I guess it's just more of the legal side of it. Like, a person that's your husband or your wife, they can up and leave, but it takes some paperwork for them to walk away just that easy. But when someone is just your girlfriend, boyfriend, they can just walk away. That's just what I feel about long distance relationships. It comes down to, I think, the way we're created. No matter how you feel about religion, I'm a Christian. So I believe that in the Bible, it tells us that when God gave Adam Eve, he gave him her on the sense of loneliness, because he said it wasn't good for man to be alone. So when you create space, you create opportunity. When people are alone, we can't deal with it. That's why we deal with loneliness. And if anyone ever says they're happy being alone, that's fine until it gets a little cold outside and, you know, night fall and the sun goes down. We can't be alone forever, people. I don't care what no one says. No one wants to be alone forever. We all want someone. That's just the way we're created. When God gave Adam Eve, he gave him her to have someone, to have a companion, because it wasn't good for us to be alone. So he gave him a helpmate. So I believe that we need someone in our lives, and when you have that space, you have opportunity, and when you have that opportunity, mistakes happen, bad choices happen, people choose to cheat or step out or whatever the case may be. So I think at all costs you should avoid long distance relationships unless you really have to. And if you have to, make a plan. Like, when does someone plan to move? If someone's gonna move in a year, or someone's gonna relocate. If no one's talking about relocating, I just feel like it's no point, because how can you truly grow with a long distance relationship? How can you end up getting married? I mean, you can't just be married and live in 2 different states. It just doesn't work out that way. And my quick take on online dating, I like online dating because it makes people feel like there's no pressure. You can just open up communication with them. You can talk with them with online dating. So online dating isn't the horriblest thing. I just feel like if you have a guy that's talking about sex within the first conversation or 2, you already know what that's going. And that's the only bad side about online dating, is you have to deal with, you know, people on there simply for sex. That's just what it comes down to. And when you figure that out, and you figure out that they're just for sex, you need to walk away from it. Simple as that. But try online dating if you have any other troubles, and that's going to be it. And it looks like I guess I'm gonna cut this short.
Distant lover.